Local activist groups held a demonstration in downtown Knoxville earlier tonight, what they called a rally to defend democracy.
Community members were protesting the potential expulsion of 3 Democratic state leaders, including Knoxville Representative Gloria Johnson. WAT6 on your sides, Ella Wales talked with those who organized the rally. Joins us now live in the studio with more. Ella.
Dawn, Bo, 3 state representatives may face an expulsion vote on Thursday after speaking out on the House floor about gun control. This followed last week's school shooting in Nashville. Some Knoxville community members telling me they think the threat of expulsion is undemocratic. More than 100 people gathered next to Crouch Park Tuesday evening, demanding lawmakers to vote no on an expulsion vote for Representative Gloria Johnson.
We think it's taking sort of the will of the people away from the people. The people elected them to serve. We think that they should be able to serve.
Protesters made their way through downtown to the city-county building. Brady Watson with the Knoxville Democratic Socialists of America helped plan the rally and says it's important to show support for the representatives outside of Nashville.
You know, we thought that it was pretty egregious that the Republican supermajority would expel members of the House just for speaking out about violence in our communities and in our state. And so we wanted to make sure we had a response to that here locally and not just have it be focused on Nashville. Obviously, that community was most directly impacted by that, but I think it's important to show up and sort of show solidarity with Nashville.
Watson traveled to Nashville earlier this week when rumors of the expulsion vote began, along with Nikki Skinner, the East Tennessee community organizer with Planned Parenthood.
We expected the motion to be filed yesterday, and we also at first thought that the vote would happen yesterday. So myself, Brady, and a couple other folks from Knoxville drove down to Nashville along with a bunch of other advocates to pack the gallery and the rotunda as they introduced this resolution.
Skinner says the possible expulsion is a distraction from the issue at hand.
What the House Republicans are doing right now is frankly anti-democratic. These representatives, Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Pearson, were fairly elected into office by the people to serve us. And it is unacceptable that these legislators are playing games with our lives and think that their personal egos and their personal political motives are more important than the voice and input of the people.
Skinner also says they're planning to go back to Nashville for the vote, and they're encouraging others to do so.
We know the only way we have a chance of getting them to vote no on this expulsion motion on Thursday morning is if we pack the Capitol with people who understand that there's a lot on the line and that we don't have time for these games.
We also spoke with Representative Jason Zachary, who felt that the events that took place Monday put others at risk and interrupted important proceedings. He says nothing like this has happened, what he calls legislators conducting themselves as activists on the House floor.
It became a situation that there were some serious safety concerns. And so I would say just the opposite. That's not good representation of the people you represent. Every one of us have the opportunity to do that. But again, there's a process, there's a decorum, there's sets of rules that are to be followed. And when those are violated and broken, then we as a body can choose per Article 2, Section 12 of the Constitution. If we feel like that is a blatant violation, it gives us the opportunity to expel. And we took advantage of that constitutional opportunity given to the body to move forward with that. And we'll take that final vote Thursday.
All 3 representatives will reportedly have the chance to defend their actions before the vote Thursday.